Hey everyone, Andy's free guitar chart videos here. I thought I'd do a follow-up from last night's lesson because it was only an hour and I noticed we didn't get to some topics and I had to finish the chart. So welcome to my YouTube subscribers, Facebook friends, and anyone who's found this video wants to know more about Andy's free guitar chart videos. I make these guitar charts and it started with these small charts that were really simple, like the one I'm going to put up. Okay, so here's an older chart of mine. It doesn't even have the video box cut away, and it's from about 2 years ago. Um, and this is just showing the 5 positions of caged, and I guess this is unwarped, which means these are the patterns. The P4, everything's a perfect fourth pattern. Cage chords, shapes, color assignments. Back then that was the color assignments, and but this is one of my favorite patterns because these boxes really make pentatonic scales easy. And so my guitar is tuned to a C, so it's the low C here, whereas the normal guitars are tuned to the E. So mine's like a baritone guitar, so I get a C-shaped C down here. Okay. So what makes pentatonic scales really easy is in this diagram is that they're just boxes. There's the long box and there's the short box, stack of 3. So it was stack of 2 long, stack of 3 short. And then this one is from the previous stack of 2 long here. So that would come over here. It would be like in a virtual guitar zone down there, where there'd be really no strings down there, but that's what the pattern was. And you can see the pattern repeats and goes up and down the fretboard there. So there'd be another one of these right, I guess down here. Okay, and that's how I determined that guitar had like patterns like this. All right, and by the way, sorry, we're not going to play the pentatonic because if you're playing on the fret nut down here on an E shape, you're not going to get these notes. Even though the top 2 would be warped over with the tuning warp, you know. So with the E shape, you'd still have these 2 guys here really in the pattern would end up over here. They have to go higher than they were by 1 fret because of the tuning third between the, I guess if you want to call it, the 2nd and 3rd string, or the 4th and 5th string from the bottom. Okay, so it's here's a third, which is from the G string to the G note to the B note. Okay, and your E note. Now from E we go down a 4th and then down a 3rd. So you still have that 3rd. So the patterns had to be adjusted over like that. So that's what happens there. Still, you can't play these notes. So we know that, right? So the only thing you really can play from the open string position that starts on your low E right there. You see how the notes are labeled? So this is how my chart started here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. Now there should be a B there. Alright, and then it would warp over. Then you can play all of them. So that's how That's how my charts started like that, and I always like this representation because it makes it easy. It makes pentatonic scales easy because they look like boxes here. Okay, so let's look at the modern chart here. Okay, so this is my latest chart. It's chart number 210, and it's fretnet capo long patterns, diatonic modal focus. And believe it or not, we do have some modal focus to finish up from yesterday's chart. Improvements I've made to this chart just last night, was I cleaned this up. This isn't a true double string shape cage ladder. It's not a true, it's got the S3XL, the long pattern. And when I was watching yesterday's lesson, kind of unwind. When my wife gets home, she gets to kind of hear what was going on when she was gone. Or if I make the lesson in the morning, in the evening, if I'm feeling kind of tired or something, I'll watch it and see, oh wow, look, I was kind of, had a different attitude maybe, so I like to watch that. But I noticed that this helped squaring off the, so this is a long pattern, stack pattern. It's for the long patterns only, and it doesn't really involve or explain how to get what I call these string shaped bits up here, that are the open string. So if you're starting down here, your guitar will have these string shaped bits right here that will be like open strings, and I have a chart for that. We shouldn't really talk about a chart that's not on the board. So these are patterns that are play away patterns. So like with the A shape, it'd be I can play from the C. So the A shape would be, what's the fourth of C? Is A is the A shaped F. So it'd be, here's play away now. Well, I tripped over that B flat right there. And it's one thing I love about putting the accidentals on your note board, if you have notes or plan to have notes, and that is that the accidentals are really, a lot of guitar faces, if you will, they're black anyway, so you don't have to put a label there. But my labels have black there on the actual label. So if it's wood or something like that and you put it on there, you're going to get a nice accidental look there. So there's that B flat. So that works. That's good. So what are we doing? I may wanted to show you a perfect pattern, a perfect ladder, caged, a double string shaped ladder that came about from the violin, really. I did this when I did the violin, and it was, or the fiddle. I had to make double string shape ladders for it. Okay, here it is. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because in the previous lesson last night, which this is just going to be a continuation of, so it's going to be a short lesson. And I'm just going to put it in, I'm going to edit the YouTubes for, how many parts it'll be. It'll be in 2 parts on Facebook. So this is an actual cage ladder, starting on 3, 4, 5. So we've got nothing but complete string shapes here. Okay. So this is what it looks like. And this is the kind of thing I need to help explain sometimes. Some of the shapes and occurrences that are happening. So this is double string shape. So it goes C A G E D, C A G E D, C A G E D, C A G E D. You climb your way up the ladder. It's a way to learn the string shapes and to learn caged, but not big caged. Not like C A G E.